Yo, guys, what's going on? Froggystyles here, and Mediocre Trader. We're about to finish off the rest of the day for market close. So let's get right into it here. First, Mediocre Trader, you want to open things up on your side?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? I took today off from trading, to be honest with y'all, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not really sure what happened. I was out enjoying the beautiful day today, so but we'll take a look and see how we're going to end the day today. Look at some technicals and stuff and see what's going on with that. But once you guys hop on in here, I see Jay's always first. What's up, Jay? Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so looking at the chart here, we started off kind of a little rough, spiked back up, just kind of a little wild ride. Didn't really do much of anything. We're going basically sideways for the day. So down 45 cents, which is definitely not good, but it's Friday. I'm going to check Max Payne real quick to see where it looks like we're going to finish off at.
Yeah. I figured that was going to happen. I'm glad I did what I did yesterday. Okay.
Wow. A lot of 60 calls. Okay, so Max Payne is sitting at 1825. Let me type this up for Twitter. Plus or minus a quarter. We'll do GME real quick.
Where's Cam? No show?
No, he said he wasn't going to make it.
I was running late. I'm glad you waited for me. You should have seen me, man. I was moving, bro.
152.50 plus or minus 2.5 is Max Payne for GME. So let's go check out and see where it's sitting at. 150, yeah, right on the dot. Well, it's kind of horrible how that works.
No.
Uh-oh. I hear a vicious animal.
Yeah, it's because it's nice out. So everything's all opened up,
Yeah.
Zip it! Oh, shit, I got my mic on in here. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, you might want to put that down.
There.
Got it all fixed.
Yeah, I'm working on stuff, guys. I usually do behind the scenes, but I didn't have time today.
So, yeah, right there's the GME chart. You can see we're going to finish at 152, roughly 50. So we're pretty close to there. In AMC, which is 1825, was Max Payne, and it looks like we're going to be pretty close to that. So very interesting. I see we got the one in the house. How's it going, man? I'm going to hand him the mic here if he ever wants to come up and speak. Free to do so. Miss Harris, Bobby, how you guys doing? Oh. Forgot to turn the speaker on. Give me a second. There we go. Uh-oh, it didn't pick up. Hold on.
I had a nice lunch today. It was good.
There we go. Got the little speaker hooked up now.
Nice. Let me look at some charts real quick because I didn't look at nothing today, so I got to take a quick peek. I can't say I didn't look at nothing, but Looks like I was pretty close to the money when I told. What am I doing here? Hold on a sec.
What's going on, Miller, Doug, Gully Glock? How you guys doing? Jay Portuguese. Stacia, welcome.
Yeah, they walked it right back to $18, huh?
Yeah.
Amazing. They knocked the SPY back down as well. Funny how we predicted all that. Whatever.
I can't tell if the market's just completely weak or if it's like about to pop.
Give me a minute. I'm going to move this phone.
All right. Let's see if we got any questions or anything right now, because we're about to get into the end of the day here and see where it goes. SMFL, $10 IPO, 3+. Nice entry. Let me check out and see what he's talking about there. SMFL.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what the next thing for today was?
For which one?
AMC.
Yeah, 125 plus or minus a quarter. I just posted it over on Twitter too, so if anybody's looking for it, it's over there as well.
Yeah, you said AMC.
Yeah, 125. Or
you gave them GameStop.
No, I gave them AMC. AMC's 1825.
Oh, I thought you said 125. I'm losing it today. My bad. I don't even know what GME is trading at. What's its trading price?
It's pretty close to 152 right now. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, see? I'm nowhere even near it.
Hold on. There we go. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit. Kind of surprised. We'll see if it lets those options come in. That'd be kind of interesting.
Everybody ready for the long weekend?
I got to work tomorrow. It's not going to be long. Be normal.
I got tomorrow.
I think so. Wants to speak. He's up there with. I'm not sure. Let me see here. The one. Did you want to speak, sir? If he doesn't speak now, his hands are big. That's what that means. He can't speak. He's here to want to speak. Hello, Troy. We see you. Oh, Troy wants to say something.
Looking for a question.
I don't want to say anything. I'm just listening, guys. I'm just listening. I gotta go to work at 5. And thank you for opening a space about AMC. I'm just glad to see spaces about AMC, guys. I'm just listening. Gotta go to work at 5. So you have a great day. Thank you for your work.
You too, man. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks.
What?
Yeah, I was talking to Koba earlier, and I told him we're talking about HYMC. He was asking me questions about how it was coming down. Like It was right in the bottom of a wedge that he drew. I didn't
Yeah.
really look at that too much, but I looked at some resistance levels and I'm like, yeah, it looks like that's where it's going to end up by the end of the day because of max pain. I'm guessing that's why.
Yeah, Max Payne's been messing everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Memo was saying, he says, hello, we up the trader and Froggy.
What's up, buddy?
How's the options looking? You think we're going to gamma ramp or no?
Well, for AMC, we have to close above 1850 to get a gamma ramp up, and for GME, we got to get above 155. So seems like they're both tough tests. So now, if we fall under 18, we could be in trouble, and if we fall under 150, we could be in trouble. So they're keeping it right in between the two of them, so they're not giving us a chance to jump ship. I mean, it's pretty much right in there. Right now we're at 18.14, going back up to 18.25. So they're not even trying to hide the fact that they're max pain and stuff.
I hope everybody made some money this week anyways. You know, it was kind of a tough week. I mean, there was some movement if you caught it right.
Let me take a peek at Tesla real quick, see what it was doing. That's still holding down.
Yeah.
Check HYMC. Still holding about 2. Yeah, it looks like the market's doing its typical thing, just max paining people to death, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
I wish I could figure out what it's going to do Monday based upon Friday activity, because then I could predict the rest of the week out. But since we can't figure out what Monday does, you can't figure out where the bull trap, bear trap starts or which one's first.
Yeah.
You always have to wait till they hit you first before you do a counter to it.
I gotta
Yeah,
look at this.
for anybody that's over on, actually, they won't be able to hear it. Let me see. I don't even think I could type that. Hold on, I gotta hop over to Cam's channel.
So I'm looking at the SPY on the 2 hour right now. And it looks like we bounced at 437.48 1, 2, 3 times, and looks like we're heading there for a 4th time right now. That's what I see. So we're going to retest the 438.75 level or so. If it breaks through that, we're going down. I don't know where we're going to go to, but it could go pretty far down, I would say. 430. Yeah.
Can everyone that's up in the space calls please go down into the chat and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please like and subscribe to Mediocre's channel. Please show your support and appreciation for him as well, Mediocre Trader. Appreciate you guys.
I can't even find Cam's live stream. I was going to tell them guys that he wasn't able to make it today, so.
Is it up?
No, well, they're writing from it, it looks like.
Or they could be writing from mine. I don't know.
Is it yours?
Let me go look. Yeah, it's mine.
Okay, good.
Appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no stream today for Cam. He wasn't able to make it. He's like stuck in traffic. So, but he'll be back for the later interview thing. So,
Should have seen me. I blew right by the state police with a trailer and everything. They didn't even bother me.
I see Cobra's in here. I think he's a diamond hand. Cobra.
Koba? Yeah. Yeah, Koba is one of the diamond members.
Koba's a good dude.
Anybody have any questions about becoming a diamond hand, you can ask Cobra. He gets that one-on-one teaching from Froggy, or Froggy's not available. You always can depend on New Yorker Trader. If New Yorker Trader's not available, you can always depend on Froggy. Froggy makes sure it's done the right way. So if you guys think about becoming a diamond member and you got questions about it, ask Cobra. Is it legit? Yeah, it's legit. He gets that one-on-one training. That one-on-one teaching. I apologize.
Yep. Some people prefer it that way, and some will just take it through the video and go that way. So it's up to you. Right now we're looking at INDO, Indonesian Energy Corp, up almost 60% on the day. So I'm not sure what's making it pop. So we'll have to go and take a look, see if there's any news.
Yeah, I was saying how volatile Tesla's been lately, Froggy. I don't know if you've been checking it out. Been up and down a lot lately.
Yeah, it's been moving. I think it's confused where it wants to go. There's an article 3 hours ago that might kind of correlate with what's going on with INDO.
I do see 8 Radio up in here. I see the one and Jordan. They're up in the space call from 8 Radio. That's another one of your partners. So just want to give them the props that they totally do. I don't think that we ignore them. We do appreciate them.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out Ape Radio tonight at 7:30 p.m. Great group of guys, and they always have good content. So always check them out. They'll be on Space Call. Yeah, there's not really much going on in the market. That's kind of crazy. It's just like dragging. It's not doing much of anything.
Yeah, I hate when it does that. That's why I didn't play today. I kind of knew. Today is like a normal Friday. Fridays to me kind of suck for trading. I'm just going to say it. I'm not a fan of Fridays. I don't know about you, Froggy. How you feel about Fridays?
Well, if you have cash, it's a good time to buy in, get leverage for Monday, because if you pick the right direction, the volatility comes Monday, and if you pick the right way on Friday, you're set to make a pretty good amount of money on Monday. But I'm already staked in my position, so I'm just waiting for things to move.
And this bear market, I think we're at a place where we can buy low, but I believe once these companies start offering dividends and doing splits and all that stuff, that's when I think things are going to start shaking up for us in a good way.
Oh, I agree. I think something's coming with that GME split and that dividend. I think it's going to make a huge difference.
I was actually I was watching Boss Blunts last night before I went to bed. I think he was live. I think it was a show last night. But he was showing the Janet Yellen interview thing, and he's right. So they know. She said it right in her thing. I don't want to take his material, but I'd go watch his videos. That's all I got to tell you. He's right on the money.
Goodman asking, what do you think about Elon Musk proposals for Twitter?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting play. There's almost basically no reason for him to buy it unless he's going to make profit on it. So he's probably going to go in, restructure the company a little bit because it definitely needs it. So I could see him buying a little bit more power in the company and then getting rid of some people in the company. I don't think he's going to buy it out. What he was offering to buy it out or something like that. I don't see him doing that. I think everything he's doing is just to stir the pot a little bit. He's got an angle. I just don't know where he's going with it yet. Twitter does have potential, just not the way that it's structured right now.
I like to see him do something with it.
Says today, Media Group, today NVDA was a great 1348 at open on the way up and then down.
Wow, I missed it. I didn't trade today, so I'm glad you did good, Stephanie. I didn't even see the alert. So I hope you caught it.
Yeah, it was pretty wild morning, actually. We just went up, went back down, went back up, and it's just like, or no, it went down, went up, back down. I wasn't sure where it was going to go, and it kind of drug that out for a good while. So
I slept in. I knew last night I was not going to trade this today, so I just I said, don't even wake me up. So I slept in. I'm not going to lie. I came in, I checked on the Discord, said good morning to people when I got up, and then I just was so nice outside, I took off for the day. I just got back for you guys, so I don't really know what happened today, but I will look for sure.
With all the stress in the market, I treated myself to an hour massage yesterday. It was only like $35, and man, it did a world of good.
Oh yeah, I know those. I do that too. I know exactly. Those things are nice. Yeah.
Yes, sir, Reed.
They got a couple around where I'm at. They just do your legs and your feet.
Hello, Sugar Kush. I see Sugar Kush comes in. He's from Spence and Terry. I see you, Sugar Kush. Thank you for coming in.
yeah,
Did I say Terry? Let me just say terrible. Did I say Terry? Guys, I apologize. I need to say terrible, not Terry. I was thinking about the actress. I'm sorry. Sugar Kush. Terrible. Sorry, guys.
yeah, welcome, guys.
We all make mistakes, Miss Harris. I made mistakes yesterday.
Now, tonight we got Charlie's Vids coming on for an interview. So if anybody wants to stick around for that at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing that, seeing what kind of information he wants to give out there, because I know he's got tons of information. I don't even know where to begin with him. So much information, but he might be one of the biggest DD guys as far as amount of information. So we'll have to see what he's got that he wants to share with us. And then we're going to probably work something with Randall Cornett for this weekend, see if we can get a group together. Big group. So stay tuned. We'll have something like that popping off maybe this weekend and keep everybody entertained with something. Lots of information there. So if we can get his group and our group to combine and just sit down and have a question and answer period, be a lot of education right there. So give us something to look forward to.
I'm going to call this gentleman who spoke highly of you today. To me, he did. He said that he don't go in space because he said he just listened, but he said, I want to say something. That's Froggystyles. I appreciate him. So I just want to call him out to see if he'll say something, because he should, because he don't know me at all. But I like how he talks highly about you. I appreciate that. So his name is Mr. Duck Nation 641. I know I shouldn't have did that, but let's probably hear what you have to say. You're going to go in space calls, and hopefully you'll go down in the YouTube, like and subscribe, become a Diamond Hand member. Also, Troy, they were speaking highly of you in the space call. So I just want to get them to say, both of them to say to them. I know Troy came up and said his little piece, but let Duck Nation, he's a 57-year-old man. He said that He just listens all the time. Thank you.
Miss Harris, you just threw me under the bus.
I wasn't there, so I just want to know how much you appreciate what you're doing. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. And the reason I usually just listen is when I'm at work, it's hard for me I'm running around, so it's on in the background. But I'm home today, so that I'm trying to get involved a little bit. But yeah, Froggy, I do appreciate the info you put out there. I'm not a trader. I've mostly just had my money managed throughout the years. But I did, I wanted to get in on the AMC and GameStop and Hycroft. So I'm more of a buyer and holder.
Hey, that's the best way to be on this play.
But I do have a question, if you could answer one for me.
Yeah.
I'm bag holding really bad on Rocket Mortgage. RKT.
Let me pull that one up here real quick.
I mean, they print money out there, and obviously mortgage rates are going up, so that's affecting them, but they still, every quarter it's just money, and all of this. It's shorted pretty good, and I'm not sure by who. And I've heard different reasons.
On the 2 hour for me, I see 931 is a support level. I don't know if you see that.
No, I don't see a support level yet. It still looks like it's on a downtrend on the overall.
You think it'll bust through that zone? Because I'm only looking at a 2 hour. I didn't look farther back, but on the 2 hour, that's the low. It already hit here once. Let me go up to the daily. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is looking pretty rough. I think there's an issue with some of the mortgage stocks anyways. So you know what that is? It's a mortgage company.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage, yeah.
I see a lot of them getting hit, and I'm not sure if they're going to make a comeback or what the deal is. Ever since this one came out, it's been getting pretty much pushed down. So they haven't had a fair shake since like day one. So,
no, they've got a ton of insider ownership, and I think Wall Street doesn't appreciate that. I think it's a pretty small float.
Yeah.
The only saving grace is they give you a dividend every year. So I guess I'll hold that one till 2025 or whenever the market comes back.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see that one bounce back and get some of its losses pulled back out of it. You can clearly tell it's been shorted from day one, but the only way you're going to get your money back is if it squeezes too. So,
and it did have a little one last year, but being a rookie trader, I watched it go way up and I watched it go all the way back down. Probably a normal thing for a new trader is you just freeze. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's going down. Maybe I should hold. It's going to go back up, and before you know it, you're underwater.
Yeah, it sucks once they get pushed down like that, because then you're kind of waiting for something magical to happen in the market. And there's a lot of these plays out there that are just like this. And that's what it's a bummer to know that the market can be actually sabotaged in that type of way. And you can see there's a ton of them. They're all small cap, and they're all shorted down for, the entire process.
It looks like on 2/24/2022, it came down and then it ran up. So it came down to $9.67 ish, and you're at $9.34 now. So if it doesn't recover there, it's going to continue going. I just wanted to put that out there. Like, that's what I see on the chart. But there's no support below 934. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you got two ways to win. You can either average down, break even, or you can wait till it goes back up. And because right now you got unrealized losses, so you got two ways to win: either average down, break even, or when it goes back up.
Well, I've got some in my Roth, so it can kind of sit for a while, see what happens. It's okay. I'll make up for it with AMC.
Yeah, you will.
Definitely. Yeah, I was just asked to look up max pain on Tesla. It was exactly 185 plus or minus 5, and it turned out to be 185, 2 cents lower. So that's crazy.
I see we have Jen up in the call from Terrible. Go ahead, Terry, come on in here. And then I see you have Common Sense Investor down in the chat saying hello to everyone. Common Sense Investor.
Hey, what's going on, Common Sense? How you doing, man?
What's up, CSI?
Yeah, it was pretty much a as expected finish. I was kind of surprised that AMC was down to 18.03 at close. I thought they would have left it at like 18 and a quarter and at least kind of split the difference, but they still held it in there at the low range.
Made the good move yesterday, man. I can't complain. It's been much worse today, Froggy. You know that. You locked up? No, you're not. You're moving.
Is it really causing them a lot of grief right now? Or do they have just so much damn money that they could care less?
I kind of do want to see the damage report on what they're how much it's hurting them. I think that some of the hedge funds are going to have to start reporting numbers in their like earnings or their profits and stuff. Eventually, the numbers will have to come out, and it's going to prove one way or the other if we're making a difference.
I look forward to the day this is all done and they put out a documentary or something so we can just see what was going through everybody's head during this.
Yeah, I can't wait till it's over so we could probably like I don't know. It's tough to trust the market even after it's all done because if those players are still here, they could do it all over again.
And they will.
Oh yeah, I have faith they'll keep doing criminal stuff.
I think there's already some documentaries out there. But I want to see a completed documentary with the end result of everything that happened. I agree with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. That's for sure.
You know, the removal of the buy button, that's a big deal. There's already a documentary on that, but we should have a complete one.
The SEC wouldn't even admit to the buy button being taken as being part of the issue. That's the goofiest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the SEC just really is powerless? I mean, maybe they want to do something, but they just have no authority to do anything over these billionaires.
Oh, they can shut everything down. They're just standing down on purpose. They're garbage.
I agree. They're just they have the power to take action, but they're not going to take action against the people who are paying them. Right? It's all a scheme, from the government on up to the stock market. You know, the elites of the world control the world, and that's basically what it is. And I think people need to wake up and actually see that.
Yeah, we're being played by the SEC. I mean, look what they do with Elon. He says something wrong or does something, and they're all over him. But you got total corruption in the market, and they can shut it down and investigate it and audit and whatever they want to do. They have the power because they're the regulators, and they're just like, oh, we don't see nothing, and they can shut the dark pools down. Chose not to. They can go after the market maker. Chose not to. So that's the thing. They're just making excuses why they don't operate and do the right things. Jen, the floor is yours.
Jen has she's been having her hand up for a while. Shoulda could.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
One moment, Jen. Shoulda could. Text her. I mean, tweet out Terrible. Tell her get on in here. And
yeah,
everybody know how she's doing.
I will.
She's on vacation. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. She's actually she's in I think Florida now.
Florida, yeah.
Like on vacation or something, or yeah. So, but, hey,
Hey,
Eva, how's it going? Froggy, Bobby, how are you guys doing today?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Doing all right. Yeah, I agree, guys. It's very shameful that Gary Gensler, he has the power to shut off Darkpool, but doesn't. Like, it's mind blowing to me. It's absolutely shameful and disgusting. But yeah, I do have a question. So yeah, I was wondering if you could maybe explain, Froggy, the price action we saw today for HYMC. I guess I understand the volume was low, but I guess I sort of expected the thing to rip, just considering the bullish options chain that we saw for this week. I guess what if you could explain what happened today, that would be awesome. I think we closed at 2 or 201.
Yeah, it looks like you're still in that wedge. I mean, you're honoring that support that's sitting down at 194. So as long as it stays within that wedge, you have a chance for a breakout. Let me see, April 19th. When is that? Next Tuesday. So just keep an eye on it. As long as you stay above 194. I mean, even though it went down underneath it and hit, it says 187. What is that, pre-market? And it snaps right back. I mean, as long as it keeps respecting that support line, I mean, you're still poised for like a breakout on that wedge. And it's not guaranteed that it's going to go up. I mean, it's 50-50 up or down pretty much, but we'll notice on volume and cash flow and stuff whether it's going to actually break to the upside. And obviously it's oversold. So just kind of waiting for it to play out. You're on your second goal now. You still have a C triangle to set up on. So it'll probably do that Monday. It'll go back up and it'll probably touch, I'm just going to guess 209, 210, somewhere in there. And then it will come back down, touch this line one more time, and then break out, I think. Yeah. It'll just repeat it. It'll double touch on, it should double touch that line, 194. And then you'll get your last breakout, and then you can run back up to 217. That's if it breaks positive. Like I said, it's not always guaranteed that it's going to break upward whenever it comes out of a wedge, but I mean, so far it's looking pretty safe there because it's been touching it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. So I would think it's a pretty solid support.
All right.
Froggy, I got a question.
Yeah.
Diva, were you going to say something?
No. Do I? No, I went on. Go ahead. It's on you. Go ahead. Apologize.
Yeah, Froggy. I don't know if this question was asked before. I believe it has something to do with AMC, but it's a GME GameStop question. They're doing a 4 split. I understand. I guess. Do you know what kind of ratio they're trying to vote on as far as that's concerned?
It's goofy from what I understand. I think it's like 3.33 or something like weird like that.
3-to-1 4 split. So like if you got 1 share, then you get 4. It's a chain, a 4.5, a 4 in the percentage.
Is it 3 or is it 3 and a fraction?
Yeah, I'm a little confused on that, but I guess it will be like if you have 1, then you'll get an extra 3 in the fraction. I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's something weird like that. And I haven't heard much on the dividend on like exactly what it is, but it's supposed to be in the form of a dividend, so I'm kind of confused on how that works. But either which way, I think it invokes a share count, so that's good. Yeah, 3.3 is what Common Sense Investor says. Because they want to go from 300 million to 1 billion, which is basically 3.3333, whatever, but generally that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think some anticipated to go over 1,200 a share too. Isn't that what the anticipation is too, or no?
To go over what?
1,200 a share when they do that?
No, it will actually drop the price down by that number too. So we'll say if it's sitting at, I don't know, 150 right now, you'll divide it by 3.3. We'll just say 3. So it goes down to $50 a share and you'll get basically 3 shares. So Obviously there's a fraction in there, so it'll probably be a little bit lower of a split, and then you'll get more shares than 3-1, but it won't change your portfolio value at all.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm talking about as far as the squeeze is concerned. You're dead on what you're saying, but I'm talking about if the squeeze, it will probably cause a squeeze to make it go up to like 1,200 plus. No.
I'm kind of curious what it's going to do. I think it's going to do something positive. Like I want to see an actual share count come out of that. So if that's what happens, I mean, there's going to be a reaction in the stock, I would think. But the vote is on 6/9, so we're waiting for action after that. And I don't think it's been released on information on like after that when they're gonna like how long it's gonna be. But either which way, it's a positive step in the right direction. Common Sense Investor says it has to be announced. Yep, 3.3.
We're talking HYMC, right?
No, GME.
Oh, okay. Isn't HYMC doing something similar? I thought.
I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to wait for Spence on that one. I really didn't dig into the details on HYMC, just because like there's a lot of like FUD out there on the stock right now, and so far I've heard so many different things.
Hold on a second. I'll see if I can just hold on 1 second. Ask him.
Yeah, I can. Do you have
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. I'll take care of that.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Stefan says John Wick Sniping mentioned us in his new video today. Yeah, I tried to be as fair as I could in that video because I didn't want to criticize him in that video. Plus, I think that it was probably overstated that he was saying that the play was not going to happen and stuff like that. He was just giving reasons why it would probably not. And it seems like he did a follow-up video. It sounded like he was testing people to see how they would react to it. And I'm not sure if that's the case. I mean, you just got to take his word for what he says it is. But like I said, I mean, he still held his shares. I mean, we know what's wrong with the market. So, like, those are things that need to be talked about. I really think we need to start bringing it to light on who all the guilty parties are in Wall Street that's doing all this mess. Get a list made up, and then we got to figure out who's actually, like, who can actually do something about it, because obviously the SEC is not going to do anything, and we got to figure out who above them would do it. There's always a chain of command, and something has to be has to happen somewhere. I mean, we all know what's going on is not right.
I'd like to ask everyone that's in the space call right now, if you haven't went down to the YouTube channel, please go down there and like and subscribe. Also to the mediocre trader, he's really good. He has a lot of insight, a lot of input on options and all that type of stuff that you may look for. Please like and subscribe to his channel as well. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you don't want to stay up here in the space call and listen, you can always go down to the stream, the live stream, and look. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and if you guys, sorry, Jen.
I just interrupted you. I just wanted to let you know that I sent the DM. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I know he's
coming here. Yeah.
I know he's pretty good on HYMC. Like he pretty much eats, sleeps, and breathes that stock right now.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get in here, so you guys can talk about it some more.
I'm curious because I want to enter a position, to be honest. So I want to know. I'm going to find out one way or another, anyways. But
you just like that wedge. I see what you're looking at. But yeah, I want to do a shout out to CSI. If you guys haven't got a chance, go ahead and check out his channel. It's Common Sense Investor. He does have some pretty good stuff that he does put out over there, and he's one of the partners. So I just wanted to make sure, since he was here, I give him a shout out.
So Spence did DM me back. He's getting ready to go to the movies, but he said, hang on here. His response to everything today is algorithmic manipulation.
I
So,
agree.
So we need to know, since he said he's going to the movies, what theaters is he going to? Can you get us that information?
It's probably AMC knowing him.
Probably.
You know, we need our AMC people to go to AMC theaters. I know he is. I'm just being a
We
smart
agreed, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure.
He's definitely a good supporter of the community and stuff, and he cares about people, does good work. So it's nice having him as part of the group. So
I appreciate him promoting you crazy on his channel today. On his face call, he was talking about you and telling everyone how good you are, and to go to your stream and like it, and also come to subscribe. So I do appreciate Spence for doing that. All he does. Appreciate you again for retweeting everything that you do. I do see the Viper in here. From 8 Radio. Appreciate you guys. You guys keep the community going, laughing all the time. Appreciate you, Sugar Kush. Sugar Kush, if you have not already liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go down there and like and subscribe. Please do that for me, Sugar Kush. Everyone else is up here. If you haven't, everyone is in the space call. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, you guys probably get tired of me saying this. But if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please go down there and do so. Also follow the Mediocre Traders channel, like and subscribe as well. Sorry about it today, guys. I just don't feel good, but bear with me. Go ahead, Froggy. Sorry.
no, you're fine. Yeah, I do want to do a shout out to Spence too. He does do good work, so make sure you guys check him out too. He does have space calls and stuff, and has good information there. Supports the community and everything, and that's what I want to do. Is I'm bringing people together, so we all have like a link in some sort of way, so information gets out faster, and we know who we trust because like we know each other, so we're watching each other and we're supporting each other, so we know like there as long as we stay united and we all work together, like only good information should be getting out. That's the goal. So we get to look out for each other, and it's nice to do that kind of stuff too. So
Hey, Froggy, Barney wants to say something to you. He just became a AMC shareholder. You want you? Here's Barney.
cool.
I love you. AMC.
I love it.
That's great.
Barney the Purple Dinosaur. That started when I was in high school.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I heard that one.
Right?
Hey, can I throw out too that, if you don't live by a theater, you don't have a chance to go, you can always use their on-demand service.
Yeah, true. Which is pretty.
I did that a couple weeks ago. I think it was $20 for a movie, and if they had their popcorn out yet, I would have got some of that too. But just another way to support them if you don't plan on going to a theater or if you can't go to one.
Oh, it's only $20 to go and rent the movie for the night.
I think it was a more current one. I think it was 20, but I think they have some different rates.
That's pretty
I'm
respectable.
gonna do that tonight with the wife.
You get a new
I'll
release
do
or
that
something.
tonight just because. Yeah, no. See, I went on a date with my wife. I tell the story all the time, but around me, I got Cinemark and Regal Cinemas. I got no AMC cinemas. They're an hour, an hour, 25 hour, 30 minutes away. So I said, well, I ain't going to Cinemark. So I drove the extra time just to go to AMC because I'm a shareholder. I mean, it's it goes against you to go to a different type of Cinemark if you're invested in AMC for the long haul. So just to put that out there, but I don't know. Adam Aaron did some good things the other day. We got some new theaters coming up here to New England, so things are going to change.
All for you ATR people. Let me pull this chart up here again. I closed at 150 or 553. The max pain was sitting at 550 plus or minus 50 cents, and it stuck right between it. So not a surprise there. It's holding right at max pain. So it wiped out all the calls and all the puts again.
Amazing.
Such a coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. They are so good at picking a price, those market makers, man. They just know.
Yeah, it's blatant, obvious manipulation of price. But it was called out a long time ago. I think it was on Reddit when they were calling out price pinning and max pain. Now here we are, many, many months later, and we're going through exactly that problem. So it's like somebody knew ahead of time that that's what was going to happen. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, which I didn't know, I guess Deep Value has a trading strategy which had something to do with deep in the money calls. And because Casey Shaw told me about it, and I didn't know about it, but when Trey and Astro were talking about buying puts for whatever their reason was, I said, well, you know, it would be better than that. Would be buying deep in the money calls because your theta decay is much smaller and you still get more delta hedging and you get more of a 1-for-1 move. So it'd be a win-win for you, it'd be a safer bet with less decay. And I guess that's Deep Value's trading strategy too. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought he just picked the stock and bought in, got lucky, and made tons of money. I didn't know he actually had a trading stack. I know he bought deep out the money calls. He made a ton on it, but we're probably going to talk about that more this weekend too, about different types of calls to get into.
Safer bets, stuff that you can, cost you a little bit a week just to hold a position. It's not going to kill you, but there's that old saying, it takes money to make money. That's going to be a factor.
Yeah, we're when you buy an out the money call, you'll pay, we'll just say $150. If it doesn't go into money, you lose all of it. If it does go into money a little bit, you lose like half of it. But if you buy a deeper in the money call, it costs you about 3 times the price and you lose like $25. And it's like, why aren't we doing that? That's so much better, like so much less decay. And you still get that nice price move whenever it moves while it's in the money. So, like I said, I want to do a breakdown video on that and see if we could figure out like how I can get you at least a visual, because I don't want it to be one of them, trust me, bro, I did the data and checked it out. I want to be able to provide it in a chart form showing you that, like, even though it says implied volatility of 140%, and it sounds bad, the decay is still hardly anything at that when you're deep in the money. So like I said, I'm going to do a breakdown on that as well. Maybe it's a good question to ask Charlie's vids tonight. I know he knows that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Froggy, I think Sugar Kush has a question in the space call.
Yeah. Hey, Sugar Kush.
Hey, man. How are you guys?
Pretty good,
Hi,
man.
Diva, Froggy, all of you guys, man. Thank you again for doing this. And I'm in Wisconsin. I had a funeral, so I just came to. My family lives in Wisconsin, so I just had to travel to Wisconsin. But I just want to say, everybody in this call, like when it's a long weekend, just spend time with your family. Don't take your stress, your stock stress and all that stuff to home to your loved ones, whether it's your parents, your kids, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is, leave all that stuff here and go home, spend time with them, enjoy with them, because life is very fragile. You don't know, when it's going to end. So, I know we all want to succeed and we all want to make money, as long as you have a life, you always have the next chance, there'll be another week, and we'll be all here again. But whatever, this time that you have, enjoy it, spend with your family, make memories, and, just appreciate what you have, because it might not be money. Money doesn't buy everything, man. Money does help us a lot, but you know, there is a time when you have to spend and enjoy with your family, and don't lose that time, because once that time's gone, time is one thing that no money or nothing can buy it back. So, you guys do a lot. Everybody, whether it's PAMS, whether it's Ape Radio, you guys do a lot for the community, and this community is and will always be thankful to you guys. But, enjoy your life with your loved ones too. Thank you again for all of you guys.
No, thank you. He is right. I think that's, and I'm not picking on John Wick, but I'm just going to say, like, he could probably use that advice. Can't get emotional. You got to, I don't know the situation, so I'm not really going to speculate. I just want to say he made a valid point. You got to not let this stuff bother you, because you can't change it right now, right? Just got to go with the flow.
I want to thank, he's in a space called, Jared, he represents, well, everybody, but I mostly see him in the Lion Vest group, it's the Lion Den group, Lion Vest group, the Lion Vest, not the Lion Trader, the Lion Vest. He always comes on in the morning on space calls, but I see Gary there representing for the Lion Vest. Thank you so much.
Yeah, last I knew, we were working on trying to get the Lion Vest up in here so we can do an interview. We'll see how that comes out, because it'd be nice to get to know him and add him to the community as part of the partnership that we have, because we're looking for good people to come together. So that's what we're doing, keeping an eye out for people.
Go tell him that, Gary. I also sent him an email, but Gary, let him know, and I'll let Bridget and I think her name is Mayhem. I'll let them know as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Here's a message from Beverly. It says, was posted today that Vanguard overtook Twitter holdings over Elon. Now, I haven't heard anything about that. Let me go pull that up and see if I can find an article on it.
Really?
That'd be kind of weird if that did happen, because that would give Elon a chance to sell out and make a profit. So he made that.
Hey, Froggy, can I ask you a personal question, but it's not too personal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you vegan?
No, I pretty much eat everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like my meat a little too much to go full vegan. I did eat them vegan chicken nuggets, though, that AMC has. Those are actually not too bad at all. I was skeptical, but I didn't want to knock it before I tried it. In my opinion, I think they're actually better than the ones from McDonald's. So that says a lot. You're talking about, I don't think either one of them are real chicken, but I mean, obviously the ones from AMC are healthier. I kind of like that little touch of pepper flavor that it has in there too.
Did you find out about those Vanguard holdings, or no, not yet? Are you still looking?
No, I'm trying to find that. I don't see that in here yet.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Because, like, here's the thing about that. If Vanguard did buy in after Elon, and you know what that is, Elon has the ability to go and sell out and make Vanguard become a bag holder at that point, so Elon would take profits. So I had a weird sneaky suspicion that he was kind of pumping the stock, and he was probably not, he might stay in there and keep it, but I don't think he's going to pay $43 billion for Twitter. I don't see it. I mean, maybe there's something to it, like what he's up to, but
yeah, I don't know, man. He is a free speech kind of guy, so I don't really know. That's what makes it questionable.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be.
Pretty bold move, if you ask me, though. Here's Houston Wade has gone over this many times in a stream. I'm not sure what they were talking about, but I do want to get Houston Wade on here too. I forgot to write him down. I've heard a lot of good things about him. So another good guy to add to the group. So oh yeah.
That's the question for Barney Bell. Do you think the squeeze, let me read exactly how he keeps saying it. He's been squeezed so many times. His was, is it best to say the mole will start in pre-market? I'm new at this. Is it best to say that the mole will start in pre-market? I'm new at this.
It can start whenever, but most of the time that's when it starts.
You'll see it in pre-market. So you'll know you're in it whenever pre-market starts ripping. That's what happened with Tesla. Like it would tank towards the end of the day, and then right in the after hours in pre-market, it was just a steady walk up. So, and it was just a rinse and repeat process.
Jeremy, do you think that AMC will squeeze higher than $100?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you look at how many they owe versus what's in the order book, I mean, that's an easy couple $1,000s a share. So, I mean, granted, you're going to have somebody selling out, taking profits. It's going to change everything. But, I mean, I don't understand how anybody couldn't see that, because you got to keep in mind, too, back when this play was actually considered a play, the float was a lot smaller. I think it was like 125 or 185 million shares. And it was considered to be a monster of a play back then. And even though we increased the float, we also increased the amount of shares bought by investors. So we gobbled up that entire chunk of the float. The only thing that would have done is it would create more profit takers. And as this play drew out and they like tripled down, I mean, I think they kind of dug themselves in a super deep hole to where the numbers that we see are only self-reported.
Exactly.
So that means it could be way, way higher. I'm suspecting way over 66%. I think it'd be illegal for them to actually put out the real numbers, because the SEC would be mad that they'd have to do their job.
Exactly.
Mediocre trader, from Barney Bell. When I asked you, will it squeeze during pre-market? They said, was that your answer? It can squeeze anytime. They're asking in the chat. That's what Barney Bell is asking in the chat. Was that your answer? It can squeeze any pre-market?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It could start at any time, but you won't know that you're in it until you see the after hours in a pre-market, because it won't look anything like this mess that we're in right now, where it's like sideways with a little spike. It will just climb, open, climb, keep climbing, and then they'll push it back down, but then it will go back into the after hours and the money will be made there. Just like
there's several examples. If you just go back into a chart and you pull up a chart and you look at the way, and you can do it on all different time frames, right? If you look at what GameStop did and what AMC did, and those were, I would say, gamma squeezes. Those weren't even, the MOAS like what we're talking about. So, I mean, I would encourage you to look at that, and you'll see, like, if you look at say a 5-minute chart of that time frame, or a half-hour chart, or a 15-minute chart even, you'll see like how it progresses, to give you an idea.
You said to get best, it starts doing a pre-market.
What's the question?
Same question. Is it best that the mode starts doing pre-market?
Oh, it won't matter, to be honest. I mean, once it starts, and if they have to buy back 130 million shares, they can start anytime they want, and I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's gonna take a day. It's gonna take a couple of days to cover everything. If they cover everything, that's the thing.
they're not going to buy in quickly. They're going to slow buy, and that'll be it. It'll be slow, steady. I wouldn't expect an exit kind of like what happened with Volkswagen. That was a panic exit, which probably, I mean, that kind of a squeeze may not happen again. I don't know. But I think it's going to be more like an overstock Tesla kind of squeeze where just slow, steady for a longer period of time.
And the reason why, just to be clear, the reason why Volkswagen kind of did what it did is because the shareholder that held the most amount of shares was Porsche. And he made a statement saying that he wasn't going to sell his shares. They had no choice but to cover. So the first one out wins in that situation. That's kind of why that squeezed that way. Now you're talking, I don't even know how many investors we got, right? Or how many shares there are, but that's the thing. There's more individual investors, so it's not the same thing, right? You're not going to sell the same exact time I sell, or this person sells, or that person sells. We're all in different situations type of thing, and that's what they're counting on. That's the main difference on how it's going to squeeze, in my opinion. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I tried.
Here's a thing from Stefan. It says, that's what I was thinking when Trey was saying to buy puts. Why don't we just buy $5 calls? They can't bring it down that much. Yeah, because when you're so deep in the money, like your theta decay is so like minor that you almost don't even recognize it. And your money's kind of safer there in deep in the money too, because you still get 100 shares, which is like, I don't know. I don't know what the ratio is. I could do a quick figure. So it's about a little over 4-to-1 ratio. So you'll get like 4 times the shares for the same price, and you have like $25 a week theta decay. That's not bad at all. I would take that. Plus, you get the delta hedging that has to be done because it puts risk that you could actually exercise it and screw the market maker.
Here's simple math for people. $25 a week, and there's 52 weeks in a year. 52 times 25 is what? I don't have my phone to do a quick calculation, but what do you got for that, Froggy?
$1,300 extra dollars. So that'd be about $2,000 contract to hold for a year. You
Think
wouldn't have
about it.
better off just rolling out or giving yourself some time.
Think about it. $1,300 for an insurance policy. Not financial advice. Just saying.
Michael Anthony is asking in the chat, why did BAC hit another low today? Why did BAC hit another low today? That's Michael Anthony in the chat.
Bank of America. Well, they're going into earnings, which is going to be on the 18th, which is going to be sometime on Monday. Typically, when you go into earnings, people sell off because they don't want to deal with the headache of what goes on in earnings. So this is kind of normal. It's usually like 3 days prior to there's a dip. So you're seeing that. Yeah, right now for AMC's close, what I'm seeing is 1802. Right now it's at 1804. And it's not doing much of anything right now. It's just kind of holding steady, not moving. And here's a good question. Just an honest question. Will this downtrend ever stop? I sure hope so. I mean, like, it does get kind of annoying where you keep seeing them draw it down. But eventually anything that goes down is going to end up running into buying pressure. And once that buying pressure is met or meets up with them, it's going to stop. As they discount the shares, you actually end up buying more shares at the same amount of buying pressure. So eventually it becomes inefficient to push the stock price down.
I have a theory that I talk about, and it involves a 200 EMA. But I'll just go over it quickly. Like they're keeping us the lower we go in price. Say we're at $15 for an example, right? If we're at $15, it's a better place for us to buy, right? So we load up more, people buy more. That's what happens. It's obvious, okay? So they don't like us down that low either, I'm guessing. So I think they want to keep us up here to slow the EMA on the daily chart and the 4-hour chart. Now I'm speculating. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I watch the 200 EMA, and you can Google 200 moving average, and it'll give you an example of what the 200 moving average is. So if they hold it at this price, it slows the 200 EMA down from falling on the later time frames, right? So when they do push it down, then the 200 EMA is away from it. It looks bearish, okay? So then we push it back up, and it kind of holds that 200 EMA up to slow it down because it's based off of 200 candlesticks, right? So I think people should look at that, and that's a very easy thing for even people who don't know how to read charts to look into to kind of give them an idea of what's going on. Just my thoughts on that. All right. Not financial advice. Take it how you want to take it, but that's just one of the main things I look at. Some people don't use them. Some people do. I tend to use it.
Beach Guy says GME was strong. I don't understand the weak volume, but I'll take it. I didn't really check the volume. Oh yeah, volume is pretty weak. 2.4 million volume. Definitely lighter than the average. If I remember right, it usually goes through that little spurt where it gets down to like 1.5 million volume before it comes out of a cycle. So this could just be the bottom and it's rotating off.
Yeah, because they control the volume. We don't control anything, and that's what we need to realize, you know.
Well, AMC had 25 million traded. That's real light too. So, yeah, it's a Friday though. You'll have your lightest volume on a Friday. You'll have your most volume probably like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Till we get out of the wedge.
That's why I took the day off too. There ain't a lot of volume in a lot of stocks on Fridays because of Max Payne, right? They're trying to slow move it to where they want it. Just what I noticed, my opinions, you know.
Yeah.
I hate Fridays, to be honest with you guys.
It does feel like such a dud of a Friday, like nothing was really going on. Yeah, that's what my goal is, just to bring people together, talk about the information that they find, let people know who they are, and have people get to know like the good people that are out there, because like it is important that we all stick together. It really is. I think it makes a big difference. So whenever like the SEC starts doing something stupid, everybody can be pointing and saying, "Hey, look, did you see that?" And then that word spreads like wildfire through the community. And with it being fact, it's important. There was a problem there with like misinformation spreading like wildfire, and it looks like we got a lot of like people coming together to catch it and kind of call it out when they see it.
Yeah, speaking of that, I did watch Trey's video. Everybody was talking about this AMC coin that they're trying to get out there. Not Trey, but Trey's right. If you do some investigation on that, it is you could tell it doesn't have the support of the apes. So I would be careful. You know, just if you're gonna mess around with cryptos, know what you're getting into before you get into it. Right? Just because it has an AMC name on it, I would do some research. You know, there's a lot of scams out there. I don't know if that's one per se, but I would say it's on a scam alert for sure.
Yeah.
I know people were asking about it in the chat yesterday as well.
Now, just in case anybody that is in the space call, just let you know, I am streaming on YouTube live. So if you do want to watch like the charts and stuff that I do pull up, you can catch me over on YouTube under Froggystyles. So you can watch it live. I guess some people don't know that I do space call in, but I figured I'd announce that.
Casey Shaw sent me something last night. I wanted to talk to you about it today, but never got around to it. Let me see if I can't pull it up real quick because somebody just put a comment that made me think of it.
Oh, anything to do with the central bank currency thing?
Yeah. Hang on, I gotta get it right here.
I heard Lou talking about that U.S. coin being pegged in $50 billion and stuff. That's one of my concerns is they come out with a crypto coin that they can just basically hit buttons and pop out $50 billion in like no time and peg it to the currency.
I'm gonna share a window here.
Yeah, guys, please hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm to get more people in there.
Yeah, Will Smith that like button.
This came from Casey Shaw, so if anybody, I want to make sure he gets credit for sending this over to me. He sent it to me late last night. Did you get it up?
Yeah, I got it right there. I actually have that article pulled up. I just haven't got to read it yet.
Yeah. Want to pull it up and read it, or you want me to do it?
Oh, you can go ahead and read.
So the DTCC unveils prototype to support Fed-issued digital dollar. Like what we've been talking about, how I've been saying the CBDC. The CBDC is basically China's version, and the Project Lithium is based on blockchain technology and will explore how a central bank digital currency might operate in the U.S. So it's coming, guys. They're trying, and my whole thing was, if you think that this is just brand new news, that it wasn't planned, how are they testing it now? You know, I'd encourage you guys. It's on Yahoo Finance. You can look it up. DTCC unveils prototype to support Fed-issued digital dollar, and I just thought I'd share that with you. It was shared with me, so that's what I got.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I do want to check into Project Lithium. I do know, if I remember right, Pantheon was looking into that, and I can't wait to hear what he's got to say about it because Pantheon goes real deep, and he is one of the partners too. So if you guys get a chance to check out Pantheon, just type in Pantheon AMC and you can find him there. Really good work. I want to try to get him on here one of these days and start talking about some of the stuff that he's found. This Project Lithium, I definitely want to find out more about it. I think it's important to know.
I think.
I know we don't like to talk about dates and everything, but with the capital gains and everything, I just don't see them dragging it too much longer because they got to pay out. I mean, they'll miss out on a lot of extra capital gains tax money.
Yeah. This digital or crypto dollar thing that they're toying with right now, I have concerns on it just because of the fact that they can shut your money supply off just by locating your wallet and poof, turn it off. They'll know what you buy. They're guaranteed to get their tax money off you. Like, it's more efficient for them. I don't know how much more efficient it'd be for us. Plus, it gives them the ability to print unlimited money without wasting money on the printer and actually using it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
seen it coming.
I think it's all about control. Just my opinion.
Now you think about it, Gary Gensler, this is what he does. He understands this stuff. That's why he was put in there. It had nothing to do with market manipulation correction. It had everything to do with about bringing that digital dollar in. And that's what Gary plays a perfect role for. Because that's like almost his area of expertise.
He who controls the money supply and the food supply controls the world. Just let that sink in. Sad, but true.
So true, brother. So true.
Here's a question. It's Froggy. AMC earnings are approaching. Your prediction, will it hit or usually will it miss?
With it being a short quarter, and we did do pretty good on the Batman movie, I think it's going to be a good thing. With Adam Aaron picking up some other theaters, I think that's going to probably make us come up short. I'm not sure how short. Hopefully it's only by like a couple pennies. But anytime you spend money out of the quarter, it goes against your earnings. So it's going to pull it down a tiny bit. Maybe if we get lucky, some of that money he might have made off of HYMC, maybe that will offset things. I'm not exactly sure how that works into it, but you would think that gain that he got there would offset for what he spent so far for them. What was it? Was it 66 theaters that he got? Something like that. He got a nice little chunk of theaters. So we'll have to wait and see, but I wouldn't expect a positive penny. I'd expect the same thing as what we had last time, because it does seem like he's being aggressive with the dividend, or not the dividend, the what do they call it? I can't remember. Some sort of reinvestment kind of thing, where he's just taking all the profits or anything that he makes extra and goes right into reinvestment. It's an aggressive growth strategy. So hopefully that does pay off. Savvy says, does that mean Bitcoin is a bust? No, Bitcoin's going to, I bet you Bitcoin's around forever. Can't get rid of the original.
I have my doubts. I think that they're going to squash all digital currencies after they get what they want, because think about it. You can't just create your own money, right? You can't barter. That's illegal. I'm surprised they let digital currency be allowed now, to be honest with you. But I'm not against digital currency. I'm just saying, believe me, they want to know what you're spending your money on. You know what I'm saying? So Bitcoin can hide that. So, I mean, just my thoughts. I don't know. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy who comes on here and talks to people. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeffrey says USD coin has been out for a while. If I remember right, it's been out for a couple years. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been out for, but it's definitely been out for a minute. I don't know if it's USD coin or if it's just US coin, but from what I understand, it's been out for a minute, a good minute. Now it's just popping up and it's starting to make noise.
The other question.
Before the morning bell and power. What's that about?
What was it?
He said, Froggy, I see tremendous shortening before the morning bell and power hour. What's that about?
No, they're just trying to control the price. I mean, that's exactly what it is. But if we buy the dip, I mean, they got to cover more shorts is all that is. Anytime they push it down, if we're buying that dip, I mean, that's shares that they don't get.
Anytime, Diaz. Anytime, buddy. Yeah, remember the 801 days? You know, when we were at 801, $8, and they didn't want us to get above $8 for the call
Yep.
options for the gamma squeeze. That's exactly what they do every week to prevent that from happening. Look at when they lost last time. We were in a position like that, and you had all these different brokerages with the different frickin' price. You know, so they do what they want to do. Believe me, they're turning their little wheels behind the scenes. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Beach guy says the timing of the USD coin is very suspect. Yeah, 100%. It's just kind of odd that it's popping up, and now it's starting to sound like it's something that is viable. And where's the value? Value is in trust, and I don't think anybody really trusts. If that was government backed, we ain't trusting it. So they're gonna try to spit it off like it's somebody else's creation, and we should be using it.
I got a question for people. So if we go to this digital currency, what do you guys think would happen if we all went out and bought gold and silver?
Gold and silver
Froggy knows.
price.
Yeah, but what would the government do?
They'd probably ban it.
Exactly.
They've done it before. Dirty government.
Yeah, once upon a time, the government seized the gold and made it illegal that you hold in your home.
My question is like back then, why did people let them ban your money? Like everybody was so quick and easy to let them just take your gold. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. If I bought something, they ain't getting it back.
Well, because it was for the best interest of the country at the time, right? And they always used that to take our rights away. That's the problem.
Oh, they always make up an excuse. Like,
right.
Everything's some sort of like freedom this, patriot that, and it's always like some sort of backstab to the people. They put some nice fancy cover of a name on it just to go and sell a turd. It's, again, dirty government. Beverly says I bought some shares of HYMC. Cam says it is heavily shorted. Opinion. Yeah, it's heavily shorted from what I understand. I think it's oversold at this point and possibly going to break out of that wedge. My bet is there's a better chance it's going to break out to the upside than downside. And even mediocre trader was looking at it when he's seen the wedge. So, and he likes to get in and get some extra money on swing trades. So, looks like a perfect opportunity.
I think I'm going to buy shares though in HYMC this time. I do a lot of options trading, but I'm interested in some shares in HYMC, to be honest with you, because I think it has some upside to it. You know, I'm just, in my opinion, not financial advice. Just what I think. I could be wrong.
I got a scenario. This thing has been going they've got this thing so far out of hand with all the shorting, and when it reaches back up to like in the $70 range, in my opinion, I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are frustrated and wanting to get out, but at the same time, the ones who hold on are still going to benefit because there's a lot of naked shares out there. What do you guys think about that?
Can you repeat it? I didn't hear the whole thing.
Because a lot of frustrated people with their emotions when it gets back into the 70s because they've let me getting so far out of hand with all the shorting. If they paper hand, they're going to get rid of a lot of those naked shares, and it's still going to be a win-win situation for the diamond hands. What's your thoughts on that?
It's expected, to be honest with you. I mean, it happens. That's it's psychology. I think that's what they call it. You know what I mean? Like people get back to even, and then they just want to get out. They're scared. So that's psychology, and it happens all the time. And it's gonna happen. You're not gonna change that. But I don't know. I mean, I wrote it up and I wrote it back down, and I'm still here. And it all depends on what people really think of the play. I would think, if they're in it for to change market corruption and make a difference, or if they're just in it for the money or whatever. There's many reasons why people are in the play. So, as for me, I'm in it for kind of both, and but I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. I think it's going to happen no matter what, and I wouldn't worry too much about it, in my opinion.
G Money asked, they need digital dollar to fight off hyperinflation. Technically, I don't think the digital dollar will do much anything except for allow them to put more fake money in the system quicker. It'd be more efficient for them to go and flood the market with money, because who's to stop them from putting $50 trillion in and just pegging it to the dollar? Nothing. So that's the issue. I could see them forcing people to a blockchain wallet or a crypto wallet and then giving you their digital dollars. So the weird thought was they're going to let the squeeze happen, give you a good chunk of money. It will go into your crypto wallet instead of handing you cash. And if that happens, that's going to blow my mind, because I'll know exactly what it is. I mean, it's just like we're playing a video game. They create the money, they give it to you, and it's only available or usable in their wallet. So everything has to convert to the new currency system, and nobody will realize it because it says US coin. And it's mind-blowing that that's even reality, that's what we're going to be going to, is full digital backed coin.
I don't think it's a good idea, but that's just my opinion.
He always has space calls, always. I don't know if you guys know him. His space calls is packed from when he does it. No matter what time of day he does it, his space calls is packed, because he's the guy with the guy called The Guy. That's his name, The Guy. And Eric, they had these space calls about AMC ideals. And them calls is packed. I'm talking about them space calls is packed. So I don't know if you want to come up and let Froggy know who you are. I know I called you out. I shouldn't have did that. Mike Peterman, because we appreciate all that you do. You need to come up and let Froggy know who you are.
Yeah, come on up, guys. You're welcome to speak. Anybody that's trying to help make a difference in the community is always welcome.
And
So,
easy to him all the time. That guy's promote should be in a space call showing his teeth. I don't know if you want to say hello, 410 Easy. You can come up as well and let Froggy know who you are, because we appreciate all that you do.
So Beach Guy says mediocre. That percentage of paper hands is small, though. Would you agree? And I would say, I hope it's small. You know what I mean? That's why we're having this conversation now. So if people understand that, it's a psychological thing, right? Because it really is. I mean, I think the apes are hardened, because 2 years ago, this wouldn't have happened, right? If you were stuck in a play, or if you were whatever, you would have sold just to get out. That's just how it was, right? There was no I didn't know if you would hold your shares or if he would hold his shares. Nobody knew that. Today, it's a little different, right? Especially with these plays. I know people are holding, so it's no problem for me to hold. And that's the thing, right? So the mindset has changed. So, yeah, I think the numbers will be lower than what they used to be, but there's still going to be some. I'll say that. Paper hands.
Now, I got
410 E40. You want to say something? Go ahead. Froggy, that's 410 E40.
You said 410 E40. Who that is?
I mean, Easy. I'm sorry. I see you.
I'm driving. I just want to come up and say I appreciate y'all, man. I jump on here and Froggy when you go live in the afternoon, just to hear different perspectives. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Dean, too.
Yeah, thank you for coming in and speaking, man. You're always welcome to come in and join in anytime. So.
Everyone is up in the space call. I don't know if you guys have already liked and subscribed, but if you haven't, please go down into the live stream on YouTube. like and subscribe. Also, please follow the Mediocre channel. Very smart, phenomenal guy, the Mediocre trader. Very smart. He knows how to do options, them calls, whatever y'all call them, puts, whatever you want to learn about them. Froggy also do one-on-one training for those. He can get you where you want to be, advanced. If you just not starting out, if you are a medium trader, you want to be a professional trader, Froggy's the person. So please like and subscribe, become a Diamond Hand member. Thank you.
For anybody that's looking for ATR right now, it is up. Last I did see 5%. It did pull back a little bit, so it's up 4.3%. So it's slowly walking up in the after hours. So you're getting your gains. So I just wanted to make sure I put that in there. Yeah, back to the digital dollar thing. So just thinking about that for a second. Remember, I told you there was no brokers out there that had a crypto wallet that you can actually take your winnings, turn it to crypto, and pull it back out and get out immediately. None of them have that option available. So basically, they don't really want you to leave quick, because that's why they put caps on how much money you can pull back out. Now, it would be kind of ironic if there's going to be a U.S. coin pegged to the dollar, and they can put as many as they want out there. It'd be interesting if a wallet pops up the way you can start spending it. That would just kind of force their way into controls. Sub has the boss. Did anyone watch Jackson Hunter's video last night? He got an eviction notice. So sad. Yeah, that sucks, because Jackson Hunter's a good dude, and I'd hate to see anything like that happen to him. So definitely wish him the best, and hopefully things work out. I read on Coinbase about Circle that owns USD Coin is partnering with BlackRock as an advisor. Well, that right there kind of tells you. I mean, that BlackRock's got their fingers in a lot of stuff.
They don't own the world by accident.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, them and Vanguard, they got their money's in everything. KM says if you had collectible coins and gold, they were not confiscated. Only bullion was targeted to be turned in. Not many people were arrested. That's a myth. Yeah, it'd be tough to buy something and have them come by and say we want it.
KM, my point is if you owned it, it was yours. What right should they? You're not entitled to your property. That's the only thing that I have to say about it. I think if you own it, it's yours, right? Well, this is a free country. At least at one time it was.
Madhu says that's what Lou was talking about as far as the U.S. coin. So I haven't got to watch the Lou videos yet, but yeah, the U.S. coin, kind of curious what he's got to say about it, because I don't know if I like the idea that they can just, snap of a finger drop, $50 billion out there. And before they used to have to print it and go give it to somebody. Now they don't have to print it. They just type it in, good to go. Real strange.
Yeah, Jackson Hunter, he's such an humble dude, man. I hope the best for him too, man. I hope he has a car at least that he can kind of go somewhere. I know it sounds kind of funny saying this though, but it's not funny, but find somewhere secluded until maybe things pick back up.
Yeah, I'd hate to see anything like that happen to him. I mean, really good guy. I mean, that kind of sucks.
Diaz says stacking silver like poker chips. I agree. That's a smart idea. I think Diaz knows what's going on.
I think silver is better than gold at this point. Yeah, gold might move first, but silver in the long run will crush gold. I don't even expect the price to go up anymore. LOL.
I think he was talking about AMC.
Yeah.
This is a question from Slide to the left. Slide to the left. It says, Froggy, can you teach me? I'm going to read just how they wrote. Froggy, can you teach me, or rather show me how to trade correctly?
Yeah, trading. Just you talking about day trading? That's pretty easy stuff. Let me know if you're interested in that. I can sit down with you one-on-one and teach you some of the ins and outs on that kind of stuff, like the patterns of the charts, the way that you pick your patterns, the way you look at different things, and then that's pretty much all there is to it. You definitely want to learn day trading before you step into options, though, just so you have a better chance of making more money.
Yeah, it's all about charting and stuff, you know.
Yeah, day trading is the basics that you should absolutely do before getting into anything too wild and crazy. And it's actually easier than some people think. It's just you got to learn your time frames, your patterns, follow the money, basically cash flow, and stay away from manipulated stocks if you're going to day trade and swing trade, because you want consistency in your trades. So that's why I always say go for something that's like $25 to $50 billion market cap, and you can get truer patterns. So, and it makes life so much easier.
Don't YOLO stuff, trying to hit home runs and stuff like that. It doesn't work. You know, you don't have to be first.
Seen a lot of people get blown out on YOLO stuff, but you can't really YOLO day trades. I mean, you could do some foolish day trades, but the goal is to always buy on discount.
Right. And never be first, right? If you see a breakout coming, wait for confirmation.
Yep.
I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think with all manipulation in the stock market, I think it's going to be a lot more day trading going on once they get that 25K, so they won't get hit with that pattern day trade restriction.
Oh, I agree. I think it's going to get wild when there's a lot of like day traders out there, especially when there's going to be probably a lot of squeeze plays still left out there, and that's what we're targeting. So if we go and squeeze AMC, we get our money. What do you think we're going to do? Hunt for the next squeeze play. And it's just going to be pop, 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 because we're going to have a lot more money. And it's going to be wild because, I don't know. They're foolish to be shorting stuff, but I don't think they can get out at this point. Twitter's moving up in the after hours, says Carl. And yeah, it certainly is. It's up 2.6%. So it does look like it's moving a little bit more.
I wish DWAC was moving up.
Yeah, let me pull that one up.
I haven't looked at it today either.
Oh, it's at a good buying price. Anything under 50 is a discount on it. Because it puts it back down to 1.8 billion market cap, and I think that's what it's going to be worth when it merges. But I think there's like a small fee transition kind of thing that comes out of it. It knocks it down a little bit. But once it's all like fully live and there's people signed up to it, I think they're still working on the Android version, which will be pretty cool. I don't know. I kind of wish they would have brought it out sooner, got things rolling a little bit quicker, but it'll definitely be worth more than $2 billion. That's for sure.
Yeah, I need to start buying more shares of that.
GameStop's holding pretty good after hours, kind of like sideways, but hey, I'd rather for it to be sideways than go lower. So.
Well, I don't think they're going to let it move too much because they risk bringing in those puts and have to cover those too. Anytime the puts go into money, yeah, it does hurt us. The price does get driven down, but it also hurts the market maker too. So they don't want the puts to go into money.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because if you're selling puts and calls, like if the puts go into money, then you don't make your premium from it. And that's exactly what their problem is. They can't have them go into money.
Here comes the storms.
Stephen asked a question. It says, actually silver or stock in silver? What would be a good silver stock? Or are you talking about commodities? I think, what is it? P silver is supposed to be good. I don't know exactly. I'd rather just buy in the raw silver, like the coin itself.
Yeah.
I don't trust the paper at all. I know the paper market's manipulated. The
I'd
paper
rather have it in
market
my
being
hand,
used-
physical.
Yeah, they use the paper market to suppress the physical's price, so you figure basically physical silver is like blockchain, and then the paper is selling blockchain. We'll call it Bitcoin. Physical silver we'll say is just like Bitcoin. It's kind of physical, and we'll just pretend Bitcoin's physical. So when they want to suppress the price of Bitcoin, they sell paper versions of it, just like what you see SLV. That's a paper version of a physical, and it's backed pretty much by nothing. They claim it is, but it's like at least 100 times the actual amount of silver in the world. So it's impossible. So they put these paper certificates out there and they sell them. And what that does is it drives down the paper price below the physical's price, and it forces the physical's price down. And that's why the entire metals market is suppressed. Eventually, that's going to come to an end. Just a matter of whenever the SEC actually does its job. That should have been a sign that manipulation was bad. Was one that's been going on for a long time. Couldn't imagine people with all them paper certificates, SLV, asking for their physical. It'd be impossible. It's like you go into your bank and everybody asking for their money. They ain't got that either.
Nope. Ponzi scheme.
Bobby, can you give a price projection for next week on GME and AMC?
Well, let me pull that one up here real quick. See if we actually have a real bottom. I know that's the one thing we were looking for. It does kind of look like the head and shoulder pattern might be right here. So, I mean, this does look like the bottom has came in. And that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. That's why when someone asked me the other day if we hit the bottom, very unclear if what it was, but it does look like a head and shoulder. And if that's the exact case, we're going to slowly start working our way back up. And that's, again, we're going to be looking at that 1918 as our next target. Put that right up there. So that'll be one of our next targets. And then we'll have to work our way back up this huge drop that we just suffered. So I think we're going to go higher. Let's see if we can get up over that 1920. I was pretty close. I predicted, let me see, Monday that we were going to close at, where is it? I think it was like 1895 or something like that. That's what I told Casey Shaw. We got really close, and we got within about 12 pennies. Remember that when he asked us what we thought it was going to close at?
Yeah, I do. I forgot what I said. I was below you.
Yeah,
I don't remember what
I
I
was
said.
pretty close. I didn't expect it to run up and hold up there, but it did. And then as you can see,
I think he wrote it down. I think he wrote
Yeah.
it down. I'm going to ask him later because I'm curious.
So I think we're going to reattempt that. Actually, we can't even honor that point anyways.
I think maybe we're gonna start getting to the 20s again, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're due for a run back up. Let's see if we can get back over 1871, and then we can head back up to 1937. So I think it's going to pop up. We're oversold right now. And that is kind of cooling off on the 2 hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
we're coming off the bottom on a daily, so that's definitely important. I think we're going to trend higher. It just won't be very quick until it actually starts turning back up. So I think that we've already seen the worst of it.
Yeah, it's starting to even off.
So let me check GME. It's got a similar pattern, but it does look like kind of double touch right there, triple, quadruple touch. So it did honor the 142.40, and now it's trying to break above it, which it did. Now you're looking at 158 as your next target. Same thing with that one. It's probably looking like it's pink on the daily. Not quite yet, but you got a buy check mark. So yeah, we should be trending back up next week on both of those. It looks like we did find the bottom, and it looks like we're turning back up. So let's see how high back up we go. I'd like to see some of our old numbers. There's a lot of good numbers back there. I'd like to see us get back up to. Now Rob says, what's going on with John sniping? Is this a prank? No, I think he was trying to get a point across, I think. His second video said he wasn't even emotionally mad about anything. I think it was more of a, he just wanted to bring his point out and make a point, make a statement. And it did get everybody's attention. So, I mean, it gave people talking points, I think, to talk about. So instead of focusing on buying puts or whatever's, a story that's going around, he pretty much diverted the attention back to manipulation and things that are wrong with the market. He's still holding his shares. I don't think it was personally him kind of just losing it or anything, because he said in his second video that he wasn't too emotional about it. But I don't know. He did bring light and new focus to the problems that we should be paying attention to.
I mean, the only things he didn't, that were not true in there was, but we don't know the exact number for one, but to say that we didn't have the shareholder count that we claim to have, I would have to say is somewhat inaccurate, considering that Adam Aaron said we had 90+%. That's the only thing that he really said, other than he doesn't believe in technical analysis. So everything else that he said was pretty much true. So, I mean, I disagree that AMC can't squeeze. I'm sure it has the capability to squeeze. It's over 20%. So whatever. That's what I see.
Jay Portuguese says, are you on for tonight for Charlie's vids? Yep. 7:00 p.m., hour and a half from now. Yeah, so I'm going to probably end up wrapping things up a couple minutes early just to wait. We got one more question coming in here. Go ahead, CW. The floor is yours, man.
Well, what do you think about Adam Aaron doing what he can to protect his investors? Do you think he's doing enough? Do you think he's doing what's set in his parameters? I mean, it seems a little disappointing to me at this point, what he's doing.
Yeah, when it comes to fiduciary duty, I kind of want more myself, but I don't know. Maybe there's only so much he could do when you know that the SEC ain't doing nothing for us anyways. So, I mean, he could run to the SEC as many times as he wants. If they don't plan on helping, nothing's going to get done. So it puts everything back into his lap, where it's basically like him against the market. And I kind of worry that that's part of the problem, because I'm pretty sure he probably reported the numbers. You had to have 2 votes to find the numbers. And if the SEC still does nothing about it, I mean, which looks like the case, I mean, it basically makes a long ride until something changes.
And I would add that, he can't do certain things to cause the squeeze, because then he's responsible for that. So he has to be careful on what he does. But I think that he did try to get out information, right? He did say that we own 90+% of the float, excluding I can't even think right now. Not market makers, but help me out here. Institutions, right? Excluding institutions, right? So we own 90+%, excluding institutions. So if you added up that, we're over 100%. I mean, he said it, but what can you do? But he also had to check with an attorney to be able to say that, and he said that in the meeting as well. So I mean, I don't know. I wish he would do more. I do. Believe me, I'm with you. I want more done. Why can't he be more like Elon Musk, right? And just put it out there, but he doesn't want to be sued either, and he doesn't want to hurt his shareholders, I think. That's just my opinion on it. So,
go ahead.
Do you think he knows the real numbers?
Supposedly he can get them. I don't know if that's true. I keep hearing that he can do something. I would think that they actually have rules at the SEC that the company is not allowed to let that information out. So, I mean, it's almost like Adam Aaron has an obligation to tell us the truth, but it's also illegal to tell us the truth. So when you start looking at it in that aspect, it means the SEC is the one actually forcing Adam Aaron not to do anything or say anything. So, and that in itself should never been a thing that's been put in place.
It's to protect their piggy bank. That's all they care about.
The company is being illegally manipulated. What kind of law can be set in place to keep you from saying, hey, the company's been illegally manipulated if it's illegal?
I'm sure he said something. I know he has. We've all said something. I called the SEC myself, and I actually spoke with somebody, and they actually typed in a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't tell them the equity that I was calling about, but they knew. They knew.
Oh, they know. They're not stupid.
That's how manipulated it is. They know. So it's just that they're not going to do anything about it because they're, and I'm speculating by saying that, but they're being paid by those people to not do anything. I think, I think Congress gets paid not to do anything. That's why they're not changing the law so that they can't insider trade. That's why they don't follow the insider trading laws, right? That's why Congress don't fund the SEC. That's why there's so many things that could go on and on. It's crazy, but I wouldn't expect the SEC to do anything. I wouldn't even expect the DOJ to do anything, but hopefully we get lucky and see what happens. I think it'll squeeze because they don't have a choice, but other than that, if you're expecting, a government agency, an alphabet agency to come in and do something, I think it's unlikely.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. You know how they were supposed to have a certain percentage of collateral? I am pretty sure they're not honoring that. Knowing that Goldman Sachs is 136 times leveraged, I mean, that should have been a guaranteed margin call, and it's not. So that tells you right there they're not playing by the rules at all. So I honestly think that we're going to have to get into a whole different group of people in the office talking about we got midterms coming up, and then maybe that will make a difference. If not, next president, because Gary Gensler was picked by Joe Biden, and
so was Janet Yellen.
Yeah, so you look at it; all those people are not doing anything good for us.
If you watch Boss Blunt's video, I believe he was live last night. I could have been watching an old video. I don't know, but he was talking about Janet Yellen in his video, and the thing is our media is another problem, right? They don't put out the information. So Janet Yellen was speaking in a congressional hearing, and she said some things that are exactly what you're talking about. I don't want to go into detail on that, but if you go watch Boss Blunt's video, he puts it in there, you know. But it was basically, I'll give you the gist of it. It was about they know hedge funds are over leveraged and they're doing things to prevent them from getting wiped out.
Now,
So-
here's a good question by Hayden. It says, Froggy, regarding your purchasing of AMC options, how deep in the money are the calls you're talking about? I was looking at like the 13s and 14s. And if you look at the theta decay, it says like 2 pennies per share. And it's like, now it might be different since I looked because that was last Sunday. I think we had the meeting on it. And we brought in Casey Shaw and AJ from Stocks at Dip, and we just did like a little talk about it. And that's what we came up with was that seemed like a pretty good idea. And Casey Shaw, even that's when he mentioned that was DFVs or Deep Value or Roaring Kitty, however you know him. That was his strategy, which is kind of cool because like I kind of stumbled across it and didn't know I found something. But yeah, definitely check that out. You want low theta. The lower the theta, the less you lose for no reason. If the stock stays exactly where it's at, your theta would automatically eat a certain number of your profit, and it's not very, or not profit, but your premium. When you're still in the money, you're guaranteed a lump sum at the end of the week. And like I said, if you're only burning off 20 to 25 bucks a week on a contract, that's not bad. It's so much better than being out the money where you lose everything.
Yeah, theta and IV are the number one options killers. That's how the option seller makes their money.
Now with the IV, it doesn't impact theta as much. So if your theta is 2 pennies and IV's at 150, then it's only 3 pennies, which, I mean, that ends up being 15 bucks on the week, which is kind of a joke. So that's not really that bad. That's why you want to kind of pay attention to theta. And then the next thing is look at delta. Delta is how much money you make when a stock moves up or down $1, and it's like 92%. And then they also have to hedge that, so they have to go to the market and buy a certain percentage, and that's a high percentage. So it actually forces the stock to go up, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, delta. Delta theoretically, you want 1-to-1. 1 delta means 100 shares. You know, that's basically how it averages out. So it's all based off of 100 shares, but that's the lower the delta. Like when you do weekly options, your delta's real low. It's like, you know, between 30 and 25 or whatever, you know, because those options expire at the end of the week. So the farther out options have a higher delta, and that's what you're looking for. That's what Froggy's talking about.
Rob says it's funny that the CEO can't call a spade a spade. It would be illegal. But shorts can do tons of criminal activity. And yeah, the system is broken. That's exactly it. When the regulator chooses what they're going to target as being a punishable offense, I mean, I think that's when it's like the referees in football. I mean, if they could persuade a game pretty easy. Well, that's what the SEC is. It's a referee. They just choose to take the side that pays them the most money or something. And like, they don't want to help the CEO out. You know, that should be an obligation, but it's not. So they tell the CEO, shh, don't tell our dirty secrets or we'll, you know, punish you or something like that. While the shorts are there ripping people off and they're probably pushing money back saying, here's your chunk. Something's happening, guaranteed.
And in AA, Adam Aaron does attack short sellers. Believe me, he's on Twitter and he runs his mouth too in his own little way. Not as bad as Elon Musk, but he does take jabs at him because he knows what's going on. And the reason why he does that, he's doing that for us, not really for the short sellers. He wants us to know that he knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So people who say that, I don't think Adam Aaron's, I don't know. I mean, I see both sides of it. I'm kind of a neutral guy. I think that he's trying to do what he can, but that's it.
Hey, mediocre trader, you said you made a good point earlier about power and control. See, the nature of the beast is the 1%ers don't want a lot more successful people in the world. I mean, you gotta think about it. You only get so many millionaires created per year, and we have such a big, large movement that's gonna shake some things around as far as losing power and control. Just think about it. People are not going to want to work these part-time jobs. People are going to be leaving their jobs. They're going to be making good investments for their family. So that's part of the problem, the reason why we're at a standstill. So that just means we got to fight much more harder.
I agree with you 100%.
Yep.
I mean, and I think that when they do have to pay us, it's going to put a dent in their money, their wallet, right? And it's going to hurt them, and they don't want to lose control over us, really, is what it boils down to, I think.
If you give the people money, they'll be free.
Exactly.
So one way to keep oppressing the people is make them broke. And that's why they don't want to give us the money. They know what it's going to do. They'll free us up. They don't want that. So
I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I don't want anybody to think that I think AMC is not going to squeeze. That's not what I said. I do think AMC will squeeze, but they're trying to fight it with everything they got. I don't see them winning. They have no way out.
Just imagine when Ryan Cohen goes out there and puts that dividend out there. How are they going to fight that?
Exactly.
They still got to pay something. That ain't going to be very good for them.
I mean, think of it like this: if every shareholder in AMC, and I don't know why this hasn't been done, and if it's even legal, right? Why can't every shareholder, throw in $2 to AMC, right, and pay down the debt so we can get a dividend? Why can't we do that? I mean, because I think they might consider that collusion. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. I mean, it's our debt, right? We own the company, so just my thoughts. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but that has been tossed around a couple times. Pantheon talks about it as well. So,
well, I'm going to wrap things up here because I got to get ready for the next stream. We got Charlie's vids coming up at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. I want to double check with him to make sure we're still on. So we'll find out. But yeah, Ms. Harris, you want to go ahead and wrap things up, you and Bobby?
Yes. Everyone is up in the live stream. Please hit the like and subscribe button on Froggystyles and Mediocres. Please. Appreciate you, Mediocre, for all that you do. I really do. I was looking for you this morning. Didn't see you, but I do appreciate all that you do. Everyone is up in the space call. Everyone is in the space call. You're always welcome to leave the space call and go down in the YouTube stream. You can view it from there. And everyone's in the space call right now. Please go like and subscribe and become a Diamond Hand member. Let me explain why. I know y'all saying, oh, she says this every day. Yep, I'm going to say it till it happens. Okay, you want to be a Diamond Hand member because Froggy does have this money indicator. He already tested it and already been tested. It's real. He can tell you when you get treatment, if that's whatever bracket you're looking for. If you're looking for 1,500, you're looking for 2,000, you're looking for 10,000, and those that want to be unrealistic, you're looking for 50 and 100,000. He can tell you no, the shorts don't have that. He can tell you yes, you can continue, but you have to be a member. He will not answer anyone's questions. Just not a member during the squeeze. You can't even get on the chat if you're not a member. You will not be able to. It's for members only. So if you want to know how to trade options, calls, puts, whatever you got to call them, ain't going to have to do with options. He has one-on-one training he can teach you. If you think I'm kidding, ask Cobra. Cobra can vouch for it. Even if you beginner, medium, or you're trying to be an expert, Froggy has classes for those. So please become a Diamond Hand member. And I'm telling you, he has the money indicated. You guys can think I'm kidding all you want. You will not be able to get in on the live stream when it's squeezing. It doesn't matter. You will not. You'll be locked out. You will not be able to get in and say, Froggy, do you think I can sell these 50 shares for $300? No. You're going to be able to ask that question. You may lose out or you may hit your number. No, but for sure, if you get us as a diamond member, you're good to go. It's all gravy, baby. And to each and every person, Jen, Sugar Kush, from Terra Bulls, and Spence, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do, Jen. You always tweet out every single day everything that Froggy posts. You always tweet out, and I appreciate you retweeting that. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Love each and every one of you guys. Everybody be safe because this is a short week. And everybody keep our brother in prayer over this Easter weekend. Keep in prayer, everyone. And let me just say this. Before I wrap this up. I appreciate all the mods from CS Trades. CS Trades mods, them people don't play. Jay, you're amazing. You're amazing. And let me say this before we close. Some people think that I may not like you. That's not what it is. Think about I hate you. I heard that today. Somebody said I hate them. Someone came back and told me this. I don't hate nobody. Hate is not in my heart. Just because I don't speak to you, don't mean I don't like you. I stay away from mess. That's how I do it. And I just don't want it in the chat. So, appreciate all you guys. Jobby the Great, if you're listening, brothers, God bless you and your family. We'll see you after Easter. And as my son would say, y'all know the routine. Dubs up, we out. So you, Bobby.
Hey, back at you, Jen Kovalov, Jim Dad, all these great supporters for AMC movement. Hey, you guys, you're holding for me, I'm holding for you. I'm excited on what's to come. I'm not giving up, and I'm not suggesting anybody throw in the towel. Hey, let's do this together as a family. Appreciate Mediocre Trade. Appreciate Froggy. All you guys do, man, and I'm out.
Thanks, Bobby. Thank you, Miss Harris. Appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks all the mods in the chat. You guys are awesome. Keeping things going. We'll see you guys later on tonight. And if we don't see you, you have a good long weekend and a happy Easter. And thanks, Froggy, for having me again.
Yeah, I do want to thank CS Trades was supposed to have been here. He didn't make it. He'll be back later on tonight. Common Sense Investor stopped in to say hi, so I definitely want to do a shout out to him. Definitely check out his channel. And obviously, we got Spence. He's another good guy to keep an eye on. He does do good work for us too, and helps the community grow with good information. And the one with Ape Radio. Check them out here later on tonight at 7:30. They always do good stuff. So wanted to do a shout out to all the ones that did pop in here, just because I want to make sure it's known that they're good partners and good people. So, and yeah, what Miss Harris was saying about the members only thing, that as long as you're a member, we're going to be trying to tighten up like the chat window whenever a squeeze happens, because I figure it's going to get busier at that point. So making it a members only is the easiest way to keep the chat from being too many. And that's pretty much about it. And I do the one-on-one training too. So that's for Diamond members. And if you're new or getting into day trading or anything like that, just let me know like what your level is, and I can improve on it from there. So those are basically the things that I offer, and that's it. But make sure you guys stop in tonight. Check out Charlie's vids. I'm waiting for a confirmation. Then I'll post up the link for it, letting people know that it's definitely on. But he did confirm it last night, so it should be good. But I just want to make sure for today. So stop in, check that out. 7:30 or 7 o'clock p.m. tonight Eastern. And thank you guys for coming. Let me get this ready here. I'll see you guys later, and peace.
You're here every day. Appreciate you.